Shortcuts, shortcuts. There's a lot of people in this friggin' movie. And it's long too and all that crap. Anyway, hello there, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection Reviewer Guy here with number 265, Robert Altman's Shortcuts. Of course, I should say Robert Altman and Raymond Carver's Shortcuts, because it's based on, the characters are based on characters that appear in his stories that he'd written over the years, and I guess Robert Altman found a way to tie them all together in this one little universe, which is intriguing. It doesn't always work. I know a lot of documentaries and supplements said that a lot of certain, Carver purists felt like the characters shouldn't get together. But, I guess, if you're a fan of his work, which I honestly am not, I'm not, I just haven't really read anything by him. I've heard of his books, like what we talk about when we talk about love. But I've just never taken the time to read his stuff. So after seeing this movie, I really want to read his stuff because he seems like a really interesting writer. But I just haven't, I went into this not knowing much about his work. So maybe that's my downfall. But, I think if I had read, all his stories, I'd be like, oh, okay, I can remember this from that and this and that and that. But, in the end, I think this movie only fuels my interest in seeing how the characters really are supposed to be. 1993, 183 minutes, color English. So, let me tell you about this movie. So, I'm not going to reveal the whole plot. I'm just going to tell you, there's some spoilers, but, I don't really feel like telling you the whole thing, but let's just go through the whole cast. Let's see, there's all the characters. There's Anne and Howard, it's this couple who have a son named Casey, who is hit by a car and sent to the hospital, and they're harassed by this baker who gets pissed off that they don't pick up this cake that they made, that he made for them for their birthday, Casey's birthday party. And he keeps leaving really scary and stalkerish voicemails. And when Casey dies, they go to the baker and ask, tell him, this is what happened. And the baker, basically says, I'm sorry, and he offers him rolls and consoles with him. There's Paul Finnegan, who is Howard's father, and he comes to the hospital and meets with Anne and Howard, and I guess Anne had not, and Paul and Howard have had a really weird relationship because I guess Howard cheated on his mom, Paul cheated on Howard's mom with his mom's sister, his aunt rather. And yeah, so there's all that. There's Marion and Ralph, the Wymans, who Marion is a painter. And Ralph is a doctor. The doctor who works on Casey, and they fight about infidelity, which I'll get to in a little while. I have an issue with that scene. And when I tell you about it, you're gonna think I'm just an asshole, and all the dislikes are gonna come in. This is one that I'm gonna warn in the description. If you might not want to watch this one if you like this movie. There's the Canes, Claire and Stuart, whom I can barely remember little of them. Stuart is a fisherman. Stuart fishes with his buddies. What are their names? I'll just give you their names. Gordon and Vern. And they find a dead body in the this young girl, this dead body in the water out where they're fishing, and they do nothing about it. They don't report it. They just keep fishing. Gordon actually ends up he gets so sick that he ends up taking photos of the dead girl's body and all that. And so when Stuart tells Claire about that they found this young girl and they didn't do anything about it, she's kind of gets pissed off at him at that. They fight about that. Lois and Jerry, the Kaisers. Jerry is a pool cleaning guy. Lois is a stay-at-home mom who also makes money from doing sex calls, the erotic phone calls and all that. And so Jerry is basically frustrated with his wife because she basically stays on the phone all day talking to dirty old men, while taking care of her, changing her baby's diaper at the same time. Jerry's. Well, I'll get back to Jerry in a second. And then there's Honey and Bill, and Bill is a makeup artist, and Honey is his wife, and they are asked to watch their neighbor's house while they're away for the weekend or something, and they end up eating their food and like feeding their fish, and like they end up taking like these photos of Honey like beat up, like Bill does like makeup artists just as a joke. They take photos of her being beat up or looks like she's beat up and like on their bed. And later when they get the photos developed, they get them mixed up with Gordon's photos. So Gordon sees the photos of Honey beat up, and Honey sees the photos of this naked girl in the water, and they both give them back to each other at the same time. You hear them mutter each other's license plate numbers as if they're going to turn each other in, And so yeah, that was really a really interesting, intriguing little plot line. And also at the very end of the movie, Bill and Jerry, who lust over women throughout the film, or Bill lusts over this girl that he has to like make up while she's naked. Jerry lusts over this, or just sees this naked girl who is a cello player, who like fakes her, who's like into like pain and death and all that. She like fakes drowning in her pool, and at one point she ends up cutting her wrists and like smearing the blood all over her mom's kitchen. What else? Who else is there? Yeah. So at the end, Bill and Jerry end up like flirting with these girls that they find. They're out on a picnic with their wives and their children, and Bill and Jerry go and flirt with these girls. Bill almost looks like he's going to be successful to take this girl out to this cave. Jerry's girl, he ends up like just getting, I guess, so frustrated with his life that he ends up taking a rock and like bludgeoning her to death. However, at the end of the movie, there's an avalanche that, or there's some avalanche that like an earthquake or something that shocks the whole movie. Like everybody's in LA is affected by it. In the end, the news report says that the girl was killed by the avalanche of falling rocks, so he gets away with it, I guess. Who else? Who else is there? Sherry and Gene. Sherry and Gene are a couple who fight a lot. Gene is a cop who flirts with other women, and Gene is she ends up getting Claire's. Gene ends up getting Claire's number because she is a clown. Like she does like children's parties dressed up as clown, and he stops her under false pretenses to get her number. And Sherry just, I guess, lets him do it or something, and all their knows it. Gene also lets his children's dog go free because he's sick of it yapping. But at the end, he ends up getting a guilty conscience, and so he gets it back from the children of Vern, who find it and adopt it. But he gets it back, and he gives it back to his children. I guess they make up that way. Who else is there? Doreen and Earl Piggott. Doreen is a waitress who works in this thing, and she is the daughter of, I think she is Honey's mother. I believe that's what I got that right. Earl is a limousine driver, and they fight throughout the movie, but in the end, I guess they kind of make up, and their story isn't, I don't think, too developed, in my opinion, at least. And who else is there? Betty and Stormy and Chad. Betty and Stormy are a couple. Chad's their son. Stormy is a TV weatherman, like airplane helicopter pilot, who does like the weather report, and his wife Betty. They're in the middle of a divorce, and she's sleeping with Gene, and when Stormy finds out about Gene, or gosh, he ends up breaking into her house and like cutting up everything with a chainsaw, and at the end, he ends up like fighting. He ends up like running into this vacuum cleaner salesman, and yeah, it's just, I don't know, that part was a little confusing. But yeah, in the end, Betty and Chad go back. I guess they stay with Gene, and so when they come back home, like they see all the whole house torn up. And yeah, who else is there? Tess and Zoe, the trainers. Zoe is the girl who swims naked and plays basketball and plays the cello. And Tess is Zoe's mother. Tess is a singer, nightclub singer, and Zoe lives next door to the Finnegans, and when she finds out about Casey's death, she becomes so depressed that she ends up killing herself by asphyxiating herself in her garage with her with the engine of the car turned on while she plays cello. Tess, when she finds out that this, becomes distraught and basically ill and just sings to herself in her apartment by herself. Andy Bitcore is the baker who harasses the Finnegans. I might actually have gotten that wrong. I think Aubrey Bell might have been Aubrey Bell is never mind. But yeah, so anyway, that's the basic. Those are all the characters, and it's hard to do the plot because it's like all over the place. We jump from one story to the other, to the other, to the other. Of course, with them all intertwined, it's hard to really describe it. Now, I'm going to be selfish. Because I'm selfish. This is my fucking channel. And you guys know that my opinion is word when it comes to this channel. And you guys know that I don't like movies for the littlest things sometimes. He nailed his penis to a fucking board. No, she nailed his penis to a fucking board. You know that the rest of the movie is invalid because of that. I liked this movie. I liked the way the characters all played together. I liked I just liked, how it's like we see all these characters interacting with each other, and it's like how small this world is. I like that, that concept and all that. Even without not knowing the original characters from Raven Carver's story, I could get into like thinking, oh, okay, so it's interesting to note that these characters don't actually, some of these characters don't actually meet up with each other. And I think, Altman did a great job from jumping around. It felt like, Tanner 88, where, doing a TV show, jumping from one character to one scene to another, he's good with that. I think Altman's pretty good with that. Now, I just have one problem, and I went into this looking at the DVD or looking at the movie and thinking, this is going to be bad. And I just have one problem with one person in this movie. And I'm being very dramatic, so I'm just going to go out and say it. I can't stand Julianne Moore. Okay? I can't fucking stand her. It's bad enough that I think her acting is wooden and unoriginal and just boring, and she's boring to look at, and she looks like just a cold-hearted bitch half the time. But I don't really care. I don't care in the slightest to see a wooden actress's orange carpet. Okay? Yes, the drapes and the carpets match. And Altman is proud to show you this. And Moore is proud to show you this. I don't give a rat's ass. I don't want to see this. When that scene came up, I seriously... I couldn't look. I couldn't look at that. And I don't just... If Marion had been played by anybody else, well, almost anybody else, this movie would have been, like, really cool. And I wanted to get this movie. I wanted to get this movie because I liked it. Up until the scene that's based on a short story called Will You Please Be Quiet, Please? And I couldn't just, like, and I was just like, that ruined it. That really ruined it for me. I mean, Julianne Moore, I could get through Julianne Moore up until that point. It's bad enough I have to deal with her acting, but I have to see her naked as well. Bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. So I can't give this movie a good rating. I'm sorry, but I just, like, it's things like that that just really sour the whole damn thing for me. If I buy it, I definitely will never watch that scene ever again. I will never watch that chapter. I'll just skip it and just pretend like it never happened. Pretend like this movie does not exist. Because, like I said, the rest of it, I mean, so much. I mean, I loved seeing all the cool stars. Tom Waits. We got Tom Waits from, we remember from Down by Law. Jack Lemmon. I just recently saw Days of Wine and Roses, and he's fucking fantastic in that movie. So to see him in this just is like, I mean, it's kind of like weird. It's just weird. It's weird to see him in this, I mean, I just wish his role was bigger because he's a fantastic actor. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., we got, Annie Ross. So when I was looking, I was like, wait, and I had to look at the score and look at the cast list. I'm like, that's Annie Ross from Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross. I mean, I'm not crazy. I don't care. I really don't like Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross very much, but it's cool to see her, acting, still doing things. She sounds great on her own. I mean, it's fantastic, Well, I love it as the baker is hilarious. Lily Tomlin, gosh, it's just all this great Chris Penn, who I remember only from, I only remember him from, what's that movie, Rush Hour, one of my favorite movies of all time, and I'm saying this because I think Chris Penn is in it. I'm pretty sure that's Chris Penn, but hey. With all that being said, it's like I'm that guy who, goes crazy, it's like it's like painting a wall. It's like painting a wall and leaving one, and then suddenly, somebody goes by and, chips off just a little bit of that wall. And, it's distracting. It's so distracting. It's like, you see this wall and I can't see the wall past this little imperfection of it, In this case, this imperfection is orange and very hairy. Yeah. D. No, I can't give it a D. I can't give it a D. D+. I'm sorry. I went into this wanting to just give it an F, but I was like, first of all, I liked everything. I liked everything outside those 5 minutes where you have to see her naked, and that's 2 minutes. 2 hours and 55 minutes of decent material. I mean, less. I mean, about a half hour, 2.5 hours if you cut out all the scenes involving her. That's a good movie, But I'm just selfish. I can't stand Julianne Moore, and nothing's gonna change my mind. I am so not looking forward to Safe, whichever one that is. That's in the 780 whatever, 786, 85, whatever number that is. I know it's coming up. Well, it's not gonna be till season 8, so yeah, got years for that one, but I'm not looking forward to it. I know she's probably in other Criterion Collection movies, so I'm like, fucking hell. Anyway, D+. Supplements, because they're all on disc 2, and boy, do they pack the fuck of them on. Let's see. There's an hour-and-a-half documentary called Luck, Trust, and Ketchup, Robert Altman in Carver County, which is all about just basically the making of shortcuts, interviews with everybody, and all that stuff. And there's an hour-long documentary called To Write and Keep Kind, which is about Raymond Carver and his life and his writing, all that. There is a segment from BBC Television's Moving Pictures talking about the development of of Shortcuts, and has some of the actors reading excerpts from Carver's play stories, at least the stories that their characters play, which I thought was cool. There's an hour-long interview with Raymond Carver done in 1983, where was it 5 years before his death? It was done by the American Audio Pros Library. There are some demo recordings of songs that were written by Doc Pomus and Mac Rebenak, who we all know as Dr. John. He plays piano and just sings the songs like "To Hell with Love" and the other ones I can't remember. There's a couple of deleted scenes, and there's an alternate take of the scene where the baker tries to make up with the couple. There's trailers. There's what else is there? There's a new interview with and a conversation between Altman and Tim Robbins, who played Gene, and they talk about just their recollections of the film and all that. And there's like I said, there's trailers, TV spots, a plethora of different posters that they tried out, and that's all I can say. So, Shortcuts, D+, great, but Julianne Moore sucks. Anyway, so that's it for me today. Monday, friend and I are getting together, and we're gonna do Eyes Without a Face for you. Finally, we're gonna kick your butt with an awesome review, hopefully an awesome movie, because we need it. Well, I mean, not that Fanny Alexander was pretty cool, but we need one after this. We need a non-Julianne Moore movie, and we've got plenty of them coming, I know. So we got Eyes Without a Face on Monday, and I don't think I mentioned, I think I am going back to my regular work schedule. So next Wednesday, we'll be doing King of Kings, and then Thursday we've got Youth of the Beast and Fighting Elegy, and then we're done. Then we're done till next week. Although I am toying around with the possibility of maybe doing a few more, doing the Seijin Suzuki movies. I forget what they're called. Oh no, I forgot. Those are Youth of the Beast and Final. The Jacques Becker movies, Casque d'Or and Touche au Passe Gris. I may do those. I may try to squeeze those in sometime before I go out of town the last week of January. So that in that case, I could do what's after that one. Let's find out. Let's find out what's after the Jacques Becker movies, because so I'm still trying to figure it out. Let's see. What is it? Jacques Becker. Wait. Was it? Is it? No, his name ain't. Oh, is his name not Jacques Becker? Wait a minute. Can't spell. No, can't spell. Stop telling me that it can't spell it. Alright, no wait. Okay, it is Jacques Becker. Sorry about this, folks. We're trying to figure out this. Oh yeah. Costa or what's after that? Shit, I can't even see. You can see what that is. Let's see what that is. What's the name of this movie? La Comare Seca, Bernardo Bertolucci. Wait, have we seen? No, this is our first Bertolucci. I've just heard his name before. Yeah, so we've only got that. And The Last Emperor. Oh God, that's an epic. Number 422. Jesus Christ. Yeah, well, we'll get to that one eventually. Yeah, so we may do that one. I might do that one. Whatever the hell it is. I just said it. I just said what the hell the name of it was. Oh no! Wait a minute. Shh. I forgot about Kajimusha. I totally forgot about Kajimusha. Okay, so yeah. Let me try this again. Shortcuts. We're doing shortcuts on. Well, we did shortcuts today. Monday. Eyes Without a Face. Wednesday, King of Kings. Thursday, Kashimusha. Saturday, probably Saturday. We'll go. I work on Saturday, but we're probably gonna go ahead and do Youth of the Beast. Oh, you know what? No, we'll do Youth of the Beast on Saturday, and then Fighting Elegy on Sunday, because they're short. I can go to work and then do one quick movie, and then that'd be my day. I can live with. I don't want to plow myself over with Criterion, so it'd be easier. So that's our schedule. Monday. So let's look at the days. I feel like talking to you guys because I'm just want to get away from Julianne Moore. So the 18th, Monday the 18th, we got Eyes Without a Face. Wednesday the 20th, King of Kings. Thursday the 21st, Kajimusha. Saturday the 23rd, we've got Saturday the 23rd will be Youth of the Beast, and then Sunday the 24th will be Fighting Elegy, and then and that will be it. No, we'll save the Jacques Becker movies until Monday, and Monday we'll save Casse d'Or till Monday, the February the 1st. All right, so that's it for me today. Thank you for watching. I was gonna tell you more about the movies. I am compiling the list of movies I'm going to review. And I'm trying to pick just a couple for this season. It depends on how many. It depends on how far ahead, or how far we can. When I finish, when I get to number 300. It depends on when I get to 300. If I'm I don't want to go. I want to save most of the summer for a break. If I finish, in April, we'll have just a couple of weeks to do some re-reviews. And some of these I just need to look at the plots, and once I look at the plots, I'll think, okay, I can remember this. But some of them I don't remember at all, and I definitely want to try again. But anyway, so that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Julianne Moore sucks, and we will see you on Monday for Eyes Without a Face. Get ready, Brother Joe. We gonna hit him. And until then, goodbye.